This lesson is on section 11.3 titled Circle Graphs. Alright, so circle graphs can be used to compare parts of a data set, so the whole set of, I'm reading this wrong, parts of the data set to the whole set of data. So the entire circle represents the whole set, so the percents in a circle graph add up to 100. So that's the big thing to know is the percents in a circle graph add up to 100. We're going to be actually creating circle graphs today. I think it's a pretty fun lesson. Hopefully not too hard, a lot easier than the last one we just talked about. Okay, so it says construct a circle graph using the information below. Okay, so let's focus on this data table here. So the first part of creating a kind of a circle is to really understand what we're creating a circle graph from. Really understand that data. Okay, so the behaviors Americans find most annoying at a movie theater. Maybe some of you agree with this. So someone talking on a cell phone during a movie, 73% of Americans find that very annoying. A cell phone ringing during a movie, 10% find it annoying. Someone talking to their seatmate during a movie, so like talking to someone near you, 10% find it annoying. Someone saving seats in a crowded theater, 4% find it annoying. And someone loudly eating popcorn or some other snack during a movie, 3% find it most annoying. So obviously we can kind of look at here that talking on a cell phone, Americans find is the most annoying behavior in a movie theater. I kind of agree with that as well. Okay, so now we have to create a circle graph from this. So first what we have to do is, since there's 360 degrees in a circle, we need to multiply each percent by 360 to find the number of degrees for each section of the graph. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with the first kind of data point there and kind of work our way down. So we're going to take 73% of 360, and remember we know of means multiply. So again, you can use your calculator for this. So we're going to type in 0.73 times 360. Okay, and then we're going to get 263 degrees. So on our circle graph, somebody talking on the phone is 263 degrees, and I'm just going to kind of box that so that stands out to me. So now I'm going to go 10% of 360. Again, you're going to type in 0.10 times 360. And you're going to get 36, and hopefully you know that by mental math there, 36 degrees. And then, well, the next one is the exact same. So, I'm going to put it by here. So we have 263 degrees. We have 36 degrees. And 10% is showed up again, so it's easy. I don't have to do it again. So that's 36 degrees. So I'm going to say now, okay, we're back to 4% of 360. Again, you're going to type in 0.04, not 0.4. There's a big difference. 0.04 times 360. And you're going to get 14 degrees. So I'm going to put 14 here. And then last one, I'm going to do 3% of 360. Again, put 0.03, not 0.3. And finally, I'm going to get 11%. So 11% here. Okay, so now I know my sections of the graph. And because this is a video here, it's going to be tough for me to show you on this video how to, use your compass to make the graph. So what I'm going to do is I'm just kind of going to show you the answer, and then we're going to kind of talk about it. So this is what our graph should look like. So what you're going to do, you're going to use your compass to draw a circle, okay? And then you're going to use that compass to draw a radius. And then you're going to use your protractor from there to draw each angle. And we're going to talk about this in class and practice this. So again, you have to know your middle point here of your graph. You draw your radius. Again, the picture's moving here. But again, it's just from one point to our midpoint. And then we're going to draw each section there. So again, we'll talk about this in class. But the biggest thing is you have to know these values here in order to figure out what each section of the graph is going to equal. So we'll talk about this more in class. Next, it says we're going to construct a circle graph of the data in the histogram at the right. Okay, so Winter Olympics, so that's 2006. So we're looking at the number of medals versus the number of countries. So we can kind of interpret it here is, so from like countries that received 1 to 5 medals was 12. Countries that received 6 to 10 medals was about 3. Countries that received 11 to 15 medals was about 5, and so on. So that's how we can interpret that graph. Okay, so first we have to find kind of our total number of countries that this graph is displaying. And how we're going to do that is kind of what I was talking about here. So let's go back. So the number of countries that received 1 to 5 medals was 12. So I'm going to put 12 here. Number of countries that received 6 to 10 medals, looks about 3. Again, anytime it's between the numbers 2 and 4, or any time between the two numbers on the y-axis, we're going to just go in between those numbers. So we have 3. Number of countries that received 11 to 15, it looks like what's about 5. 16 to 20, you can say about 1. 21 to 25 looks like about 4. And then 26 to 30 looks about 1. Okay, so when we add that up, we're going to get 26. So this is displaying 26 countries. And that's going to be really important because when we figure out kind of the degrees of our circle graph, we need that 26. So now what we're going to do is we're going to find the ratio that compares the number in each medal count to the number of countries. And we're going to kind of round that to the nearest hundredth. So we have the category of 1 to 5. What we're going to do is we're going to take the number, which was 12, so 1 up to 12. We're going to take 12 and we're going to divide it by 26. And then we're going to get 0.46, or you can say that's going to be 46% of the graph. So from 6 to 10, we said it was about 3. So we're going to take 3 divided by 26. Again, you can use a calculator. We're going to get about 0.12, 12% of the graph. And then from 11 to 15, says about 5. So we're going to take 5 divided by 26. And that's going to be 19%, or 0.19 of the graph. 16 to 20, it's about 1. So we're going to do 1 divided by 26, and that's going to be 0.04, or 4% of the graph. And then 21 to 25, that was 4. So we're going to do 4 divided by 26, and that's going to be 15% of the graph, or 0.15. And then lastly, 26 to 30, that's also 1, so it looks like I don't have to do the math again. So we're going to do 1 divided by 26, and I know it's going to be 0.04 from this one right here. Okay, so now I have my percentages of my graph, or my, I just turn my decimals into my percentages. And then now, just like we talked about, we're just going to easily make it into a circle graph. Again, we'll talk about this more in class, how to create circle graphs, but this should be the outcome. Again, you're going to draw your circle using your compass. You're going to first find your midpoint, draw your radius, and then you're going to use your protractor to find the different angle measures, or the degrees in each section. It's really nice to color them in different colors for it to really stand out, but make sure that in each circle graph you have your section labeled and what percent it is. And again, just to double check, just like we talked about in here, it's always good to double check that they all add up to 100. So in this graph, if you took all of these percentages, all adds up to 100 again, and then in this graph, all of these percentages add up to 100. It's just a really nice way to check to see if you did it correctly. So that brings me to the end of this lesson. Thanks for watching.